Hi, my name is David Pierson. I have a background in management, conservation, and disaster response. I didn't really know a whole lot about coding before, but after going through Savvy Coders, I knew this was the field I wanted to be in. And I wanted to create a project that connects with some of the conservation work I did before. So I created a web app that tracks pesticide use information. And let me show you what I've created. So here's my web app, Invasive Species Report, MO, Missouri. This is just welcoming the user. Down here, showing the current conditions in St. Louis. I call the Open Weather API for specific information like the temperature, humidity, wind speed, um, sky conditions as well, and location. And then on the contact page, you can enter in an email and suggestions or just a message. And through FormSpree, that will send it directly to my email where I can review that. And moving on to forms, the user can enter in all the necessary information that the EPA requires to be compliant with the Pesticide Use Act. As you can see here, I call the Open Weather API, which autofills all this information. And once you hit Submit Report, it'll automatically take you here to submitted forms, and it'll show down here all that new information you added, as well as saving all the previous information added by other users. The challenge I overcame at this point in my capstone was I had issues being able to post here and submitted forms. And so I came here in the console and I noticed I was receiving a 500 error. Knowing that was a backend issue, I went into the network tab, came down here and found what was giving me an error. I clicked on it. It was showing validation errors, which with the validation, I knew that was had to do with my schema, which is right here. And you can see here validate, and here in the validation, you can only validate uppercase and lowercase letters, numbers, and the space. And the issue I was having was there are no special characters in here. And I was calling the weather information I was calling was giving me a number with a decimal here under wind speed. And so I knew I had to get rid of that decimal, at least for now. And so the way I did that was in my index.js, I added a small function that rounds up or rounds down the number. And so that fixed my issue. I would like for the future state of this project to be able to validate those special characters. That the same would apply here for the date, so I can add in slashes and you don't have to fully type out the month and whatnot. And let me show you what my project looked like before. Oh, real quick. Here, just showing it deployed successfully on the cloud hosting render, and then that the database deployed successfully through MongoDB. And my project originally, this is the wireframe. I had a home report and user support, which is now home, contact, forms, and submitted forms. I would like to add an about us and maybe a photo slide on the home page. The report page is pretty much how I envisioned it. And then the user support, I've just changed to a simple contact page, which I'm satisfied with for now. And the user flow is pretty simple. You either go from the home page to contact and back, or home to forms, which then takes you to submitted forms. We also used Agile, which helped us prioritize certain tasks throughout the project. We had daily stand-ups where we got to talk about what we worked on that day, what we plan to work on, what we worked on before, and blockers. And I also performed as a product owner where I had to discuss with the team what we thought the requirements for each task was and assign story points based on complexity or how long it would take. And I would work with the Scrum Master who um, would help me groom the backlog. And that is my capstone. Thank you for listening. And if you have any questions or comments, please let me know.